세러데이 쇼다운 B+ 기아 대 BNK POX.
Combined with the... Oh
Brad.
my god, Duro!
Okay, I mean, if Duro's just gonna like sit here in like the T1 home ground and just aura farm everyone by playing Carrier's skin, oh my goodness, that would be too much. That would be going too far, my friend.
And the funniest part about this is, if you told me, if you took the nameplates away, I would have thought that Gen G drop was a T1 drop.
It's like shadow flames and all sorts of mega damage builds and items, and that sounds really fun. Let's get into it, as the aggression is going to begin hopefully shortly. We have had some relatively late first blood.
Well, it does give you and me the opportunity to catch up.
It's true, it has been a while.
It has been a long time, Atlas, because we always joke, you know, how it's always you and me, wherever we go. A nice amount of pressure. Keen did go for Conqueror, by the way. We've still seen decent mix between that and the Grasp. Gwen.
Oh, Duro. Flash traded, as Goomer is just going to flash away.
Ooh, flash and barrier, and he'll use as well, so some of the positive trade here. Duro.
Chronicler, so that's my assessment. Still very even when it comes to the summoner spells. In fact, 3 Corkies, never mind. It's completely out of control here for T1. As you can see, Carrier taking a bit of damage by Ruler, who is standing his ground. Got the Brad moving away. There is a Wukong making his way in and a Vi lurking in the area as well. We'll see whether there is actually going to be any action, as the health trade certainly favoring Ruler for the moment.
Yeah, I think both junglers just showing up, trying to...
Ooh, immediate cleanse, making use of that one.
4th shot!
Carrier turns back, but it is going to be the deadly flourish avoided. And Gumayusi Carrier going to look for a little bit of a back angle.
That would have been big if that hits.
Ooh, never mind.
The pre-6 dive?
Yep, holding onto it here as Gumayusi. Nimbus Strike going to come on through, and it's actually Duro that takes the kill. And the teleport is going to be in a little bit late here by Doran. Does have the equalizer available though, but they just take a magical journey to safety as Tibbers gets a little bit angry, but so does the orb. And now Chovy's looking to chase down, get the flash forward, and there is the flash in to follow. Ona locks down the kill onto Chovy, and it may have just all been a bait.
Playing cleanse into this barrier lane, they're still able to maintain as much pressure to set up for a dive. Pre-6 Wukong dives just aren't that good. And then here, Chovy thinks he has an angle on Faker. I assume the shield just barely is enough. There we go.
He's dead again.
That's the cost of that flash. So Chovy playing aggressive and getting punished 2 times in a row now.
Yeah, we're going to check it out one more time. Yes, and indeed, Carrier is here. Going to make his way over. There's also an equalizer. So it's Doran. That's who the other person was.
Oh, it's Doran. There you go.
One more objective, they will be able to upgrade some shoes. The equalizer goes down, but the exhaust is there from Keen, who's snipping around the rift. Does have his needles out as well, but Faker's making his way down, and Keen has now just realized that he's likely dead. Wants to be able to trade this one for the kill against Doran. Let's see whether he can actually get there, as never mind. Faker just comes on over, stuns him up, and Keen will just walk underneath the turret, hoping to deny an assist to Doran.
Like Chovy is going for a more tanky build, which...
yeah.
makes sense given the comp. Might still be dead though.
He is, his flash isn't up. As Tempered Fate is going to buy him a little bit of time, but otherwise not too much. It does take him a little while longer. Pop Blossom is going to be invested. Ruler comes on down though, and Tibbers is angry, but it's still going to be T1 that are running away from the bottom lane of Gen G.
For that kill?
Yeah, Pop Blossom, I guess, as well, but Shockwave's going to come down towards his bottom side as Chovy, I think, is a little angry. They get the Cyclone as well. That is going to guarantee that the Annie goes down. As Duro, you got to stop this, man. He is just meep slapping everyone to death, and I think some of the kills would be better on a Wukong or an Orianna. Always T1, they're always so good at getting me McLeod souls. Some needlework down here towards the bottom side, and Faker has just decided that he wants to get out. And he will do so, but looking a little worse for wear as him and Tibbers head towards the top side. It is like a kind of cool 2-for-1 special, isn't it? Actually a bad idea, because it just puts an extra minion on the map for him.
I think this movement, the movement by Ruler kind of gives away that owner's like, can I take that? Right, guys?
All right, well, Duro and Canyon are in here. They're going to get the Cyclone out as Ona will get the ult in. Doran is following as Gwen's in the mix, and they're looking for the Rumble as well. Magical Journey going to be taken. Ona will get taken down, but it's a double Pop Blossom. Keen is going to go down, and Canyon nowhere to run. Duro, the same situation. It's going to have to really find some magic here.
Wrong bird, run!
Yeah, that is going to be the old flame spitter, and down goes the Bard. Chovy's farming, Ruler's farming, but the rest of the team is dead. Up for Gen G throughout this entire game, and that is going to continue as here towards the bottom side of the map.
What if we try to kill Doran again?
Well, he's just going to ult the wave. The cannon is going to come through with another melee, and we're going to see whether we can kill him underneath this turret. Another Cyclone does come in. Decoy going to help take him out there as the Tempered Fate will deactivate the turret, and that will allow everyone to get out of here. A sacrifice of just a rumble for this outer turret is going to feel pretty good as now Keen dashing after Faker here. The flash does come out, and now Faker's definitely dead. That flash was never saving him ever. And now you got a Rift Herald making her way up towards the top side. Shelly's merry jaunt, as we can see here. But I don't know whether he wants to charge the turret because he probably would die. Shelly's just going to wear herself out and head back to the void.
This game's a bit of a mess out.
It's
easy, otherwise he could have barely made it.
All right, here's another little catch. As we can see, Keen was in the mist for a while, but the equalizer is going to come down. That's another kill going over to Gumayusi. Did take a fair bit of damage, but not quite enough, as now Doran in a little bit of trouble, but maybe Ruler is as well, but finally does get that last shot into the Rumble. Yeah, Ruler has ult, and they don't have a Rumble, so maybe this is going to be a dragon that T1 feel like they can give up. Just one Cloud isn't end of the world.
Especially when Ruler and Doro still are there, so Drake's going to go over to Gen G. As Chovy, is it a trap?
Yep, they're going in. Who's trapping who? As the Shockwave is fantastic to deny Faker's approach. And now Owner is in a little bit of trouble, but he's continuing to go in. This guy has no fear at all as the rockets do start raining down, and Gumayusi will say, cease fire, everyone. Back towards the mid lane because Ruler is continuing to shove that one out. Are we going to go for it as Chovy is backing?
Did they not
Who is baiting who? There it is! Canyon comes on over and that is two dead. Chovy just knew. I guess Gen G had all the information. And T1 caught napping as we've got a little bit of a dive here as the equalizer. That is not a dive that you could take. Beautifully played here by Doran, but on the top side, it's a mess.
To halt the acceleration of gold for Gen G, I really thought that they knew.
Wait, unless Gumayusi is down here just killing Ruler.
Thanks for the chocolate.
And he's able to get himself out. Does have, of course, the Ghost Blade.
Oh, I want to go back to that. I thought that they spotted them.
The amount of damage that he was able to do. Now Artican is going to get started up as Gen G looking for their second objective of the game.
Oh, that's a late contest, Atlas.
Oh, they're looking for the angle here as Doran does have his equalizer back off cooldown. This will be difficult for them to lock down as the equalizer does come in. And it will be secured here by Gen G. Good smite from Canyon, although there was no real contest as far as that front is concerned because the Vi was nowhere in the area. Gen G will just secure the highway robbery, and Artican is a big deal buff, man. Like this, just quick.
This might be T1 needs to win this fight. They need to get a top on Ruler or Chovy.
Well, Keen is running away, but I don't know whether he's necessarily the target that they want to be going on. Can be slippery, although it has worked in the past. As now Duro could be in trouble, but he's also not the target they're looking for. The equalizer is weird, to say the least. And T1 now without that big tool. The needlework's coming out there. The Pop Blossom is going to connect on a new Shockwave under 4 people!
Oh no!
5, my god, the Cyclone, and they all explode! It is over! As Gen G, they'll take a celebratory dragon, and oh god, T1, that is not where you want it to be!
Not being allowed to really play the game is...
There's a flash in. That's going to be another Cosmic Binding. Doran taking some time being CC'd and will get caught by the very edge of that Tempered Fate. I've seen other ones of those miss. As Keen is going to snip him up. It is now going to be Keen versus the bottom lane, but the Pop Blossom going to do nothing against the stasis that he brings out. And so that means that Owner is going to die as well as everyone.
Well, they can definitely bully them off here. Like, Chovy needs to walk all the way over. They need to hurry up, though.
You say definitely. Keen is on a flank angle as Carrier could be in a little bit of trouble here as Duro going to be cleansing himself. The Deadly Flourish comes down. There's the curtain call as Canyon gets out of the pit. This Baron is so extraordinarily low. It's down to 1,100, and it's going to be secured by Gumayusi. He's in the back of the pit and he just gets sliced up like a ham. And it's going to be Ruler that takes that kill. Now Carrier wanting to keep at least another one of these Barons alive as Canyon comes. Boop.
Baron. I think they were a little slow. They probably could have gotten a little bit more done.
He went gold, then Doran went gold, and then Doran went dead.
It is, what is it? It's 39 petals for Gen G, and we gotta keep our eye on the...
Yeah, where's the... I can't see the petal counter. Oh, do you have to look at the characters?
No, I looked at the characters.
I liked the pedal counter that we had last time out. Equalizer is used here towards the top side, and then, yeah, this was the Chovy Golden, Doran Golden.
Yeah, you gotta flip it, right? Like Doran being that far up when you don't have control of your jungle, obviously, most likely backfires. But I think at this point, if you're T1, you're like, we're looking at next game.
Yeah.
Losing on blue side, though.
As of their last match,
Which
they are not looking
ridiculous.
to slow down at any point in time. They could take a vacation if they felt like it, and they would still be there for the World Championship, as they have made playoffs of the LCK already. As Chovy is going to throw out his ultimate, but only onto Ona, and then just runs away, has Phase Rush, and is going to get Pop Blossom. They're going to see whether they can take him down, but he goes golden. The Tempered Fate to make people even more golden, as finally is going to get taken out, but unfortunately the trade, I think, is going to be a little too great. That being said, killing Chovy probably feels great, and that's the best they're going to get, because their Nexus is about to explode.
Hey, they got 6 stacks off of the Magi's as well.
Oh, that is a really good point. Faker does manage to almost take down Canyon here. That was very close. As Carrier is likely going to get booped. That is a decent little Captain Jack there from Ruler, but unable to quite kill him. And so Carrier will be able to watch on as his Nexus goes down. But T1 will drop this one. Gen G looking poised. The fact that the Tempered Fate was there to make sure that Canyon was set up for, just absolutely exquisite. And you can see...
Oh, Genji doesn't have that much damage.
This is where you're allowed to say it. You're allowed to say it now in the draft.
Okay, because...
And then when the damage graphs come up, you're like, oh, well, you know, I guess Cassante is actually a damage champion.
So the T1 draft, I think, is very straightforward. This is an amazing team fighting draft. You have decent amount of pressure towards the top side of the map. I think that what you need to be careful for is early on.
And we'll see whether we're going to look silly with Pi on our face after T1 bring us to a third game, or whether it's Gen G just continuing the trend towards 28 in a row. Like us for a second, Ron comes in and saves.
If I was arguing about League of Legends minutia, I would pick Ox as my champion. We have TF as well as Owner as Ol. Faker.
Yeah, Canyon gonna pop on over, but doesn't quite get his claws into the pigeon. So Faker will be able to back away.
Look at that face and tell me that that doesn't look like a man that you would not want to play in a fair card game. Because there won't be a fair card game, Atlas.
Yeah, Channing Tatum, absolutely. You didn't watch the most recent Deadpool and Wolverine movie?
I haven't yet.
He played, what's his face? Never mind, we've got a bit of an engage here towards the bottom side of the map. Ruler dashing on in, but Carrier gets himself out of there. We do have the feathers pulled back, but no one's going to get rooted. So I believe this will be a stalemate. Do get the concussive blows onto Owner, who takes a fair bit of damage, but everyone on Gen G is looking a little worse for wear. I think now it's time to pull this one back. Okay, never mind. We are coming in for another engage. Canyon looking for a bit of an angle there, throws a rock around, but otherwise it is not too much more. Just having a good time.
Does have his ult.
Yeah, I don't think you're killing Keen here. Like, the amount of times we saw Keen, okay, he's gone all out though, as now the Destiny coming towards the top side, and yeah, the Sejuani was here.
He's just one of those champions now that just kind of always is good. Like,
Oh, gonna get exhausted here as he does cleanse it. Carrier looks for the charm, but he gets the flash instead. And honestly, I think T1 are gonna be pretty happy about that. That is 2 summoner spells.
Yup.
It's glorious. Well, Destiny is not exactly kind to Doran here towards the top side of the map, as Keen's going all out, Chovy's going all in, and Doran is real dead. That is a kill going over to the Twisted Fate. And we were talking about a kill worth of gold. Well, he has that now, as Flash is going to be invested here by Duro to get himself out of the way of the Emperor's Divide, but he's still moving forward. Ruler lit on fire here as Ona comes on over with a summoner spell that he didn't have at the beginning of the game.
Not again, not again, not again.
He just got back. He doesn't want the dying spree. Not a dying spree, as that's a bit of a drive-by. It doesn't quite work here for Canyon, as Chovy does find a blue card. Not sure about that one, as Doran's going to be able to take down the Skana, and it's a disaster here for Gen G as T1 even out the kills and well and truly strike back.
The hero that Doran needed, making sure that his top laner stays alive after these continued dives. And now, all of a sudden, T1 is winning on multiple sides of the map. They're able to push in and bot, bullying Keen off the turret as Chovy.
Yeah, this is a big deal if they can lock down this kill, and they got 3 people here. He wants to deal with the minions that are in position as he flashes away from his turret, and that is going to mean that he's dead. Cute little gold card towards the end there, but not going to be able to get too much. He still has, as they are all there in the stadium. Let's just see, as Gumayusi taking a lot of damage there, and in fact, the culling comes on out here from Ruler. Ona going to be blocking that one, but Gumayusi is out of this fight now. Does have to eat the honey fruit.
Chovy has ult. Gotta be a little careful.
Yeah.
I think T1 is still going to look for the contest, and look, Faker making his way over.
Yeah, let's see whether the Pigeon can find the angle as the Glacial Prison doesn't quite get there, as now Chovy gets the gold card onto Faker. And now for the rest of the fight, Canyon going down extraordinarily low. There's the jungler out of it. Emperor's Divide not really finding it, but it pushes them out of the pit as Keen. He's gone all out, but he is, in fact, all out. Double knock up there from Carrier as well. Looking fantastic. Ruler frontlining doesn't want to as he flashes to get out of the way, and that is Faker on the board with a kill onto Duro that he was looking for before. And Chovy not going to get hit by that grand entrance, but I still think he's in a bit of trouble here as Ruler wanting to try and catch them off guard as another gold card is locked in. Wildcard's actually hitting all of them there as somehow it's Faker that managed to just take down Ruler. Chovy will survive and T1 limp away.
That's now another Drake going over to T1, and I think thus far we are looking good.
Yeah.
Although Dora might be caught.
This is a really awkward position here as Canyon walks over the ward. They get the information here with the Destiny as there is the Glacial Fissure, and the Emperor's Divide by Faker is glorious as they lock down Chovy. They'll also take the Skarner as well as Gumayusi in a little bit of trouble here as Keen manages to get one back, but it's only onto Doran. And T1 are now chasing down the remaining stragglers of Gen G, and they do it so well with this composition. There's the culling. It doesn't really do too much of anything at all as the Permafrost not going to connect onto Duro there, but he has to flash to get out of the way. And
they're death balling, and I think they should.
Yeah, it's working. Carrier does move into this tri-brush. They get control vision in the area. The Otacon,
this is just gone.
Just going down, and Gen G no real right to head over there. Vision is paramount, and they have none of it. And so Gen G just going to settle with an outer turret in mid. And is trying to defend against Faker's push, but it is unrelenting. Does take a lot of damage here from the Keen Sante as the Emperor's Divide is going to have to be employed. That means that T1 do not have that if there is going to be a bit of a team fight. The Glacial Prison also was thrown out earlier on as Carrier looks for a bit of an angle here, gets the charm onto Chovy. So T1 not really hard committing as it's a fight for a Gromp, guys. There's the Destiny, and okay, Chovy thinks that this is maybe an angle. Shifting Sands does get Faker out of there, and remember, this is 3 items onto Chovy now. Maybe it's an opportunity, but you can see the culling just kind of hitting the air, and now T1, they can back away if they'd like to. Would they like a team fight? That is our question, but without the Emperor's Divide, perhaps they do not want it.
Well, Chenji is slow playing this. Do have Doran probably looking for a base and immediately TPing back. There's a good amount of flank angles behind them.
Yep, there is a Mega Cone here as well for Chovy if you'd like to utilize it. But
oh, Doran.
Yep, there is the teleport in as Doran diving on top of Keen here as Chovy holding onto this gold card for such a long time. Carrier comes on over, and there is the all out. It is going to be the secure on the Dragon with that unsealed spellbook from Duro as Canyon's just going to drive his way out as best he can. Down goes Doran as Gen G, they slow down Carrier as well, and I don't think he's long for this world as the Ardent Blaze will be able to tag him, so he's not going to be executing himself just yet. And so Gen G able to deny the soul and will also find themselves, could you call it a fight? I guess you could call it a fight.
But he did teach us that Gromp is important as Gen G start up Nash.
Yeah, this is what they learned from T1.
Just Nash.
They just start up the Baron. If you notice, Chovy finding an angle, or did T1 find a Chovy? Chovy kind of knew that this was what was happening. He doesn't have an arm guard, so he's just dead. And now the quickness goes all over the rest of Gen G. Can they find it? No, they cannot. The Emperor's Divide throws them into the mix. And now Ona trying to dash his way out. Ruler is doing a decent job, but Gumayusi just getting on in there. My God, he slaughters them. It's a triple kill for the Xayah, and T1 say, well, I guess we'll take a Baron.
That's how it goes.
It is something that they haven't quite managed to achieve just yet.
Need a Hail Mary here. Maybe a multi-man ult from Canyon. Otherwise, we go in the game free.
Oh, there's the Destiny to come in there as they found Canyon on the flank. He only gets Ona with the ulti. As now Gumayusi is in a little bit of trouble, but he's got the Featherstorm. He's buying so much time. And the Emperor's Divide to get him out of there as well. Ruler is the one that's down so low as they trade 80 carries. As now Keen dives in, but he cannot pick anyone up. And it's Doran finding his revenge. He'll also get cleansed. Everything is fine. And now Chovy and Duro versus the world as the teleport to get Chovy out of there will be interrupted by Ona. as Doran says, yeah, we are going to a game 3 and I'm going to take us there by destroying these Nexus turrets. And he's getting some revenge after being bullied earlier on. These health bars aren't going down as fast as they really wanted to as Chovy flashes out of the grand entrance. And we're just going to zoom in here on Doran booping down this Nexus with his hammer. Gets the gun out there as well just to show that it can transform. That was real cute. There's a demonstration of that 50 gold that I was talking about that is very, very important to bring us to game 3.
Ended up being really big for Gen.G, or for T1 to turn this series around, and for Gen.G to kind of stop losing that, or start losing that momentum, because you can see, I think that dive is right where that little gold lead evaporates.
세러데이 쇼다운 D 플러스 기아 대 BNK POX.
Holder is hovered. Oh, okay, Felio. So it's not going to be the Jinx this time around, and instead we are taking 200 years into this draft.
I'm glad. I really hope Aphelios is like back to stay. I like the champion a lot.
Potentially a possibility if they want to engage, but instead it's Thresh. Oh man, we haven't seen this for ages. This is something that Gumayusi Carrier used to be great at in the past.
It's the 2022 era.
This is going to be a little bit less of the Gen.G doesn't have enough damage, and more of maybe Gen.G has too much damage. We'll just have to see, as T1 still certainly a lot of opportunities to make plays, find team fights, and get...
Yeah, Senna does actually have quite a strong level 1. Does offset by the fact that Alistair's level 1 is.
And she just gets sucked in.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, and like she's just not in the game for the rest of the game. Maybe Riot should put that in. As Carrier not going to quite find anything here as he picks the gap. The flash does come in, but Carrier does manage to flash away. Not just does the Rage Ignite, but Owner is there. This is setting up for a bit of a dive as they will
Faker's
get...
here.
Yeah, Faker in amongst it. Teleport is going to come down from Keen, but I believe that one was interrupted. Another one, as never mind, not actually going to come on through there, and they do manage to get that first kill. Faker locking down first blood as Owner is able to flash away as well. And even Doran will survive as the dominant if you actually watch that.
That sounds fun.
As all right, Carrier's going to find one. Does get the cleanse out from Ruler this time around, as there's the flash out as well. Running out of summoner spells here as Graviton going to hold Duro in place.
Another dive.
Moonlight Vigil will connect, and Owner's coming in. I've seen this play before, but Faker is not going to be able to move over the pillar.
The pillar!
As Canyon looking to try and get himself out of here, and in fact not going to take the risk. Didn't want to get charged audaciously or even prisoned.
Oh, it is
playing around an ice the whole time.
I'm gonna spoil everything, man. We need to find a different combo.
Ruler? Okay, yeah, Ruler could be in a little bit of trouble here as the death sentence going to get thrown out in a random direction. Just trying to pick an angle there.
You know how sometimes you've downloaded your opponent and every hook hits?
Yeah, Ruler's downloaded.
Carrier does not have any connection, bro. His data is not working. He's predicting. Yeah. So this game, to me, is kind of a repeat of game number 2.
Oh, there it is!
That's Alistair, though.
Yeah, so he's going to get a pulverize off. There is a teleport in, though, as the Gragas is coming down. Moonlight Vigil will do a damage. And
that's how these plays are looking.
Yeah. I feel like we're just not good enough to understand what Carrier's trying to do. So I refuse.
This is they're gonna get this turret as well. Like we've been memeing a lot, but T1 actually have done an exceptional job of something we've criticized a lot of team for, specifically with the Cephalios. Especially
I remember, because you said juke, and that made me sad. He's already a juke, okay? That's all right, Carrier with the flash play. Owner looking to go on in as well, but the Arcane Storm wants to take down the tick. One more tick will do it, but it's not going to connect. As now the cask will deliver Canyon to his death potential. He did have to subjugate there, and oh my god, Owner survives. The headbutt to get Gumayusi out of here, but he is an absolute demolition machine, and Gen.G, they might be staring down the barrel of their first loss of the season.
Keen trying to look for a counter pick. The hook hits him.
He does manage to at least get Carrier. He's flashing in, looking for even more. The turret's helping him out at the same time. But Owner is also going to be able to get a cute little charge, and that will help take down the Croc.
4.5k gold lead now. And I think this Drake, Gen.G are going to contest. I don't know if they already can.
There's the Hex Flash hook onto Duro. Not too much more to happen after that, but there's a glorious cask onto Chovy. Does get the gravity field down, as now Duro does get a pulverize, but Faker is making his way in, and Owner just finding it. Ruler goes down yet again. The entire bottom lane has been removed, and Faker will just take a bit of a journey underneath the turret. Might have been a bridge a little too far, as Carrier looks for another cute little play. Needs a few extra links in that chain, though, if he wants to get that one. Azona going in one more time. It's the most balanced Trundle has looked all week, as the hook this time is going to connect. It lands onto Chovy. Guma's going to grab that kill, and Keria, I mean, I don't know how it worked, but it absolutely worked. He had some of the most crazy hooks ever. Composition, as a hook is just going to sail on by. That's where he's going to come on through there as well, as Chovy will be able to at least sidestep the cask. But Owner is looking to make his way in. Another hook is going to be fantastic here, as Chovy's already got that flash on cooldown. In comes the Moonlight Vigil, and down goes Gen G. There's at least a couple of kills back here, as they do manage to trade with the help of the turret, but T1 is so far ahead, they don't really mind that Doran and Keria go down. The damage is still here.
There's still a walking turret in the form of Guma. Ruler doesn't get to play the game.
He's an upgraded turret.
Yeah, because he also kills other turrets in a matter of seconds.
Well, red-white don't fight. Well, that is not what T1 are thinking. They've got a green gun now, so the extra range here for Gumayushi.
Are we like looking at like a deep flank in the steal, or did they let this one go and he needs to steal
actually,
the next
there are
one?
3 rounds for this particular end of the year, as Ruler is just going to get engaged on, does have to flash, and there's another cast. This time, no avoiding that, and that is Faker grabbing a bunch of extra gold.
He'll run. He'll make him work for it, but
yeah. Well, Alcove gaming there, as he does. Doran just going to boot himself away to try and avoid that.
Not again, not again, not again.
I've seen this play before.
Oh, it's the fake out, and Faker then
the
comes
Faker
in for
out. I don't know whether that is all that relevant, because the game could just be over in 4.5 minutes.
Yeah, it's just a beautiful snowballing from T1, right? And it really comes down to that one dive in top.
Oh dear. Ruler is just dead. Cut the video, cut the video, cut the video, cut the video. Didn't need to watch it. It's a little bit worrying here, as at least Keen does have a Dominus. Faker is going to take a Lantern Ride to get out scot-free from that one. And Chovy comes on over, but he comes on over a whole lot later than he needed to. And Arcane Storm is down underneath this turret. He does go golden, as that is a dead Gragas. Maybe, no. They are, in fact, too far ahead, ladies and gentlemen.
The wallets, Atlas!
Yeah, that was the piano-sized wallet right on the noggin of Chovy. And T1 will be able to push these super minions in for the first time in a deciding game of a series this season. Gen G are looking to go down. We'll see. There is a pillar of filth there just to delay it. I was about to start my monologue, but I guess we'll have to hold off.
What hit Ruler? Why is he? Did he get hit by like blue gun? Shouldn't have happened.
Well, T1 just going to deny this. Is Keen okay?
Atlas, this whole situation.
Yes.
It just reminds me of when you were like, Mao, I'm fine, and then you were not fine. That's what I'm looking at right now!
It's the jet lag scenario, yes. Well, the Victor is just going to get taken down as T1 just catch 2 teleports that come in, delivering members of Gen G to their doom.
They're doing it, Atlas!
They are definitely doing it. They're just going to wander down. Baron is unnecessary, as Ruler is going to be discovered by Ona once again. This time the snare comes in, but now he's just going to hunt him down to the ends of the earth, and that is maybe going to infinity in this game, because T1 will end it and end Gen G's streak. 27 is all they will get, as T1 in their home ground will be able to take down Gen G for the first time this season.
Denied them both the upper bracket finals as well as the finals of MSI.
Yep. And I don't know how Gen G are ever going to recover. Are they even going to make it to Worlds? And you just left me hanging. It's Keria that picks it up. Okay. That's an option.
Thank you very much, guys. This is Dear for the POM interview translation for the 2025 LCK Roadshow at T1 home ground. We're joined by Keria on the side of T1, who just shut down Gen G's 27 series winning streak. Congratulations! The Genius Monster has received the POM today. You took such a valuable and incredible victory at the LCK Roadshow. We can feel all the energy from your fans. How does it feel to defeat the previously undefeated Gen G? You know, we were playing in front of all the fans that were supporting us. And I feel like us winning must have made our fans really happy. So I'm just really glad that we're able to live up to their expectations and pay back their support. Today was a rematch of the MSI finals. And because of how close the MSI matches were, you must have taken extra measures to prepare for today. You know, because the patch had not changed much since MSI, I think we really just focused on what we had been preparing for. And we tried to fix all the areas that we had to work on, all the reasons that we lost from the times that we were facing Genji in the finals, or in the MSI. So what kind of feedback was there after game 1? You know, even in game 1, we were actually doing pretty well, and due to our own mistakes, it actually went down that way. But we knew that the biggest area of improvement was really on ourselves and our place, and we tried to make that and fix that as soon as we can. And in game 2, the enemy left Azir open, and it felt like they were steering you into picking him. So what was the discussion like during the draft? I think we were actually just trying to go ahead and ban some of the champions that they were pretty good at. And I think that's why they ended up leaving the Azir open, and that's why we ended up having to pick him in the end. And so we saw your affiliate Thresh comp. What made you pick him? You know, this was something that we were thinking of even back in MSI, and we just didn't have a chance to lock them in. And today, we just saw an angle that we just could not pass. And I feel like we were able to really play it out the way we planned everything. So I'm just really glad that we're able to execute everything so well. And yeah, you got such a great early momentum. And you shut down the enemy's scaling. So, creating such a big gap, did you expect to win with your game plan? You know, with the affiliates, I felt like we were either going to win big or lose big. But I'm just really happy that it played out our way. And today's victory might just be thanks to all the fans cheering from every direction on the stage. Wow, they are just deafening. So any word for the fans who came all the way to Yeongjeongdo to support you? You know, ever since EWC, I think we weren't feeling very great. Not the best condition, and I think a few of us are suffering from a cold. But because of all the energy that our fans sent us, I think we even forgot that we weren't feeling well, and I was able to focus on the game, so thank you. And 2 days from now, you will play Nongshim Red Force right where you are. Any mindset going into that match? Because of all the fans that will attend, you know, I'm just gonna have to make sure that we win. And this is the start of your round 3, so what are your goals? You know, we really wanted to take it home for either MSI or EWC, and we were unsuccessful, so I want to make sure that we win it all in the LCK this time around. And please give it up for T1 and Keria. And that's the end of the interview with Keria. Back to the space. Thank you.